Good day, everyone. My name is Marvin Abrigana, and I am going to report to you now the business registration and permits and business name application. Introduction. Business registration in the Philippines is an essential legal document that companies must possess before operating. It is essential because it complies with the Republic Act 3883, also known as the Business Name Law. What is Republic Act 3883? Republic Act 3883 is an act to regulate the use in business transactions of names other than true names, prescribing the duties of the Director of the Bureau of Commerce and Industry in this enforcement, providing penalties for violations thereof and for other purposes. Section 1. It shall be unlawful for any person to use or sign on any written or printed receipt, including receipt for tax on business, or on any written or printed contract not verified by a notary public, or on any written or printed evidence of any agreement or business transactions. Any name used in connection with his business other than his true name, or kept conspicuously exhibited in plain view in or at the place where his business is concluded. If he is engaged in a business, any sign announcing a firm name or business name or style without first registering such other name or such firm name or business name or style in the Bureau of Commerce, now the Department of Trade and Industry, together with his true name and that of any person having a joint or common interest with him in such contract, agreement, business transaction, or business as amended by Act number 4147. Section 2, the Director of Commerce, now the Secretary of Trade and Industry, shall collect a registration fee of 10 pesos for each name registered. But I believe this is not already 10 pesos right now. And this is renewable every 5 years. Such renewal to be made during the first 3 months following the expiration of the 5-year period from the date of original registration. The fee for each renewal registration shall also be 10 pesos if renewed within the said 3 months. Otherwise, a surcharge of 50% shall be added in case of delinquency. So it shall be the duty of the Director of Commerce, now the Secretary of Trade and Industry, to satisfy himself before effecting any original or renewal registration concerning the identity and citizenship of the person or persons for whose registration is to be made under this Act. Hereafter, renewal registration shall be made in accordance with the provisions of this Act, as amended by Republic Act number 863. Section 3, the Director of the Bureau of Commerce and Industry, now Secretary of Trade and Industry, shall from time to time make such rules and regulations as he may deem necessary for the efficient execution of the provisions of this Act. Section 4, any person violating the provisions of Section 1 of this Act shall be deemed guilty of a misdemeanor and upon conviction thereof shall be fined not less than 50 pesos and not more than 200 pesos, or imprisoned not less than 20 days and not more than 3 months, or both, in the discretion of the court. I believe this fine is not already applicable right now. And for Section 5, this act shall take effect upon its approval. And this is approved last November 14, 1931. So DTI amends company name rules to boost ease of doing business. The Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI, has updated the implementing rules and regulations of the business name law to incorporate an industry benchmarking system while harmonizing it with the Ease of Doing Business Act of 2018, among other laws. Department Administrative Order number 08-07 states that the revision hopes to provide streamlined requirements for processing business name applications and promote ease of doing business. Overhauling the 2010 revisions made on the implementing rules and regulations of the Business Name Act of 1931 or Republic Act 3883, the newly issued guidelines also aim to adjust disclosure rules in line with the Data Privacy Act of 2012 or Republic Act 10173 and the Freedom of Information Rule under 2016 signed Executive Order Number 2. Former Department of Trade and Industry Secretary said that new DAO allows us now to transition from legacy system into a stronger and more stable system we now refer to as BN Next Gen. The amendments make DTI the first to adopt PSIC or Philippine Standard Industrial Classification. PSIC is a benchmarking system that provides a detailed classification of industries. On the EODB law, the new guidelines removes the requirement for a signed application form for online registrants. Meanwhile, filers of disapproved online applications may seek reconsideration at any DTI office. The new law also extended the earlier renewal filing period for certificates nearing expiration to 180 days from only 90 days. The standard information included in the Certificate of Business Name Registration has also been reduced in compliance with the data privacy law. Meanwhile, it added provisions to request for the authenticated or certified true copy of the CBN. It also included refugees and stateless persons as eligible business name applicants. The amendment will make the system more transparent with inclusion of a QR code which is accessible to the public. The business name law makes it unlawful for any person to use or sign or any written or printed receipt, agreement, or business transaction, any name used in connection with this business other than his true name, or exhibit in plain view in the place of his business any sign announcing his firm name or business name, without first registering such other name, firm name, or business name with the DTI. Violators can be fined between 50 pesos and 200 pesos or imprisoned between 20 days and 3 months. Business registration and permits. In putting up a business, there are several government agencies you have to register with depending on the type of business. These agencies include, among others, the following. First, the Department of Trade and Industry. It is necessary to register your single proprietorship business with a DTI to provide it with a legal entity or legal identity and gain the rights to use your business name. Remember that the business name registration is not a license to operate a business. Registering a business name and paying the fee can be done online at bnrs.dti.gov.ph. You may find a step-by-step registration guide at bnrs.dti.gov.ph/resources/registration-guide. I will also explain this one later. You may also register at your nearest DTI regional or provincial office. Bring an accomplished business name registration sole proprietorship application form and a valid government-issued ID. An authorized representative can also submit the business name application requirements as long as he or she also provides a valid ID and an authorization letter signed by the business owner. So for additional requirements, if the applicant is non-Philippine national, so he needs to accomplish a clear certified copy of the Alien Certificate of Registration and the Certificate of Registration for Sole Proprietorship or Certificate of Authority to engage in the business in the Philippines. And also, if the recognized refugee or recognized stateless person, he needs to require a clear certified copy of the Certificate of Recognition issued by the DOJ RSPPU or presentation of the original Certificate of Recognition and submission of a duplicate copy. For the Securities and Exchange Commission, it is essential for a partnership or a corporation to register with the SEC in order for them to be treated as legal or judicial entity. You can register at its head office located at the Secretariat Building, PICC Complex, Rojas Boulevard, Pasay City. And shown are their trunk line number, their email address, their website. And also for all cooperatives, they need to register in the CDA or Cooperative Development Authority. So here, all cooperatives are required to register with the CDA as per Republic Act 6938/6939. They can register at the Cooperative Development Authority in Quezon City. The telephone number and website is shown in the slides. Moreover, all businesses needs to register or get a mayor's permit in the local government. So here, all businesses, whatever the legal form, are required to secure a mayor's permit or municipal license from the city or municipality where they are located. Permits or licenses are required to ensure that the standards are met and that business complies with the specific requirements of the business locale. Registration procedure varies across cities and municipalities. So let's remember this. So different cities and municipalities have different procedures in getting the mayor's permit or municipal license in running your business. So to view the list of local government units, please visit the Department of Interior and Local Government website or http://lgu201.dilg.gov.ph/. Another thing is the Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR. So every business enterprise has to register with the BIR for taxation purposes. The Bureau will furnish your business with its own tax identification number and the authority to print receipt, invoices, and others. You can register at your nearest BIR office, and their head office is located at Agham Road, Diliman, Quezon City. The numbers are shown in the slides, and also the email and the website. Furthermore, an employer or any person who uses the services of another person in business, trade, industry, or any undertaking must also register with the SSS or Social Security System. So the head office of the SSS is located at Diliman, Quezon City, and if you are in the provinces, you can visit your nearest SSS office. Another department that you should register your business is the Department of Labor and Employment. So business establishments with 5 or more employees are encouraged to register with the DOLE or DOLE for the purpose of monitoring the firm's compliance with labor regulations. Registration is required for firms with 50 or more workers. The Bureau of Local Employment administers the registration of establishments. And you can visit your nearest uh, uh, DOLE office in your locality. And its uh, head office is located in Malate, Manila, and the numbers and the telephone numbers, email, and website are shown on the slide. So there are also other agencies that you need to register your businesses. So depending on the type of products, certain companies are required by law to register with other government agencies. The following is a list of regulatory bodies. So for those engaged in the export of coconuts and coconut byproducts, you need to register your business at the Philippine Coconut Authority or PCA, which is located in Diliman, Quezon City. So um, you can also find PCA in your locality or in the cities where you reside. So for all other businesses or for all manufacturers of garments and textile for exports, you need to register also in the Garments and Textile Industry Development Office or GTIDO. Uh, and this is their head office is located in Makati City. For rice, corn, and flour dealers, you need to register also in the National Food Authority or NFA under the Department of Agriculture, and their head office is located in Diliman, Quezon City. And for processors and traders of fibers and fiber products, you need to register your business at the Fiber Industry Development Authority or FIDA located in Quezon City. And for those businesses engaged in the export of fish and fish products and other aquatic products, you need to register your business at the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, or BFAR, at the Licensing and Regulatory Division, located at Diliman, Quezon City, that is their head office. And for exporters of animals and animal byproduct, you need to register your business at the Bureau of Animal Industry or BAI or PAI at the Animal Health Division located at Diliman, Quezon City, their head office. For those also who are engaged in the export of plant and plant products, you need to register your business at the Bureau of Plant Industry or BPI located in Malate, Manila, their head office. And for exporters of forest products, such as logs, lumber products, plywood, and others, you need to register your business at the Bureau of Forest Development, at the Forest Management Bureau, and their head office is located in Diliman, Quezon City. For those engaged in the production or export of flue-cured Virginia type tobacco, Burley tobacco, and Turkish Oriental tobacco products, you need to register your business at the National Tobacco Administration or NTA, located also in Diliman, Quezon City. And for commodity clearance for producers, manufacturers, or exporters whose product quality after due inspection, sampling, and testing is found to meet established standards, you have to register your business at the DTI Bureau of Philippine Standards, BPS, located in Makati City, their head office. And for firms who want to register their patents and trademarks, you need to register at the DTI Intellectual Property Office, located in Taguig City, their head office. So for those interested to tie up with export-oriented firms such as subcontractors, suppliers, provided they fall under any of the following sectors: garments and hand-woven fabrics, gifts and housewares, furniture and fixtures, footwear and leather goods, fresh and processed foods and jewelry. You need to register your business at the National Subcontractors Exchange or Subconex, and their head office is located in Salcedo Village, Makati City. And for those engaged in the production of food, drugs, and cosmetic products, you need to register your business at the Food and Drug Administration or FDA, and their head office is located in Alabang, Muntinlupa City. So here, let's go to the registering a business name online. This registering a business name online is through the DTI website. Or you can also, if you don't want online, you can also visit directly to your nearest DTI office. But for online, these are the steps in the registration of your business name. So, step 1, you have to go to the new registration shown under the business name services of the website. Confirm your agreement to the terms and conditions for the registration by clicking I agree. Step 2, fill out the owner's information form, then click next. A confirmation pop-up will appear, and if correct, click proceed. Note that the applications filed by non-Philippine nationals, recognized refugees, and stateless persons shall be processed only upon submission the applicable supporting documentary requirements at any DTI office and payment of applicable fees. Step 3, fill out the required fields pertaining to your business scope and business name. Select the territorial scope for business, such as barangay, city or municipality, regional or national. Enter the dominant name of your business. Note the dominant name refers to the main identifying words or numerals attached to your business name. Under the business name descriptor, type keywords that describe your business. Note the descriptor describes the nature of your business based on the Philippine Standard Industrial Classification. A proposed business name will appear on the bottom field. Click check name availability if the business name submitted is available. If the business name submitted is available, the system will flash the following result shown in figure A. So note that the system will automatically verify if the proposed business name is available for use. If not, you need to repeat step number 3. A confirmation pop-up will appear, and if correct, click proceed. So step 4, you will be assigned a reference code. Take note of it as this will be used in all your transactions with BNRS. The reference code will appear as follows, shown in figure B. So step 5, fill out the remaining blank fields pertaining to the following sections: business address, the personal information, the residence address, and the other details. In step 6, upon completion of step 5, a series of accomplished forms will appear. Please ensure that all data provided during the registration are correct and valid, including the email address. Carefully review the accomplished form and confirm. Step 7, signify conformity to the undertaking by clicking proceed. You may download the undertaking for your files. Step 8, the payment section will subsequently appear, whereupon you should select the payment method prescribed by the system, such as DTI Teller, GCash, Paymaya, Land Bank, Link.biz, credit, or debit card. Effect payment via the payment channel selected. Pay the registration fee within 7 days. This is very important. For 7 calendar days from the date of application. Otherwise, the business name application will be deemed abandoned and subsequently nullified. Once payment transaction is successful, the certificate of business name registration will be sent to your email. And step 9, upon confirmation of payment, click register new business. Congratulations, you have successfully registered your business name. So that's how we register our business name through the DTI website. So how to download your certificate online? So Step 1, go to transaction inquiry shown under the business name services of the website. Confirm your agreement to the terms and conditions of the registration by clicking I agree. Step 2, input your reference code in the field provided. A verification code will be sent to the email address you provided in your registration. And step 3, use the verification code to access the transaction summary. Step 4, download your certificate found in downloadable contents shown in Figure C. Note that there is also renewal business name registration and request for certification related to the certificate of business name registration, but we will not go into details about it since my topic is limited only to business name registration. So, how to pay your business name registration online? So, step 1, to pay your pending transaction, you may go to the transaction inquiry module under the business name services. Step 2, confirm your agreement to the terms and conditions of the registration by clicking agree. Step 3, type the reference code of your transaction and click search button. You may then click on your business name in blue hyperlink. Step 4, you will be directed to the transaction summary page. Scroll down the page and click on the resume button to edit or complete your pending transaction. And step 5, the system will redirect you to the payment details page. Select which payment you prefer and click the proceed payment button. Payments can be made through GCash, Paymaya, Smart Padala, or 7-Eleven Click Kiosk. After the payment, you will receive the official receipt or the OR and certificate of business name registration in the inbox or junk/spam folder of the email address you provided during the business name registration, as the OR and CBNR are sent through email once the transaction has been paid successfully. Should you have other business name related concerns or transaction, you may go to your nearest negosyo center. So for SEC company registration system, so you need to register in SEC if you are a corporation or partnership. So the company registration system or CRS is the full automation and online pre-processing of corporations and partnerships, licensing of foreign corporations, amendments of the articles of incorporation and other corporate applications requiring SEC approval. The SEC is the corporate register of domestic companies and foreign corporations doing business in the Philippines, takes pride to be in the forefront of introducing and implementing reforms by making business registration process simpler, faster, more efficient, and more transparent. The CRS special features are as follows. Online verification of company name, online appeal for disallowed proposed name, online fill out of articles of incorporation and bylaws with built-in validation in the pre-form and in-form data encoding, online submission through uploading of documents for internal processing or evaluation, online issuance of deficiencies on submitted or uploaded application, online assessment of filing fees, and online payment of fees. So CRS application status online inquiry. Securities and Exchange Commission is announcing the availability of the company registration system or CRS application status online inquiry. The facility will allow CRS users to verify the status of their application online at their convenience without going to the SEC office. The facility is available 24/7, accessible from any device, desktop, phone, or tablet anytime and anywhere. Simply access the CRS application status online inquiry with the URL shown here and log in using the email address for CRS and transaction number. There is also a company registration tutorial available in the Securities and Exchange Commission website on first, how to create an account, second, how to verify company name, and third, how to add company name, and four, how to add company details. So if your business is a cooperative rather, you need to register at the CDA. So here I'll show you the registration in CDA. So one of the primary function of the Cooperative Development Authority is the registration of cooperatives, including amendments thereto. In line with this function are the following. First, issuance of Cooperative Name Reservation Notice, or CNRN. Submission of Cooperative Name Reservation Report form shall be submitted either to CDA Central Office or Regional Offices nationwide through personal, postal mail, courier, electronic mail, or online. The applicant has the option to choose from the following period to reserve their proposed names with the corresponding reservation fees. Within 30 days or within 30 calendar days, it's 100 pesos. Within 60 calendar days, 200 pesos, and 90 calendar days, 300 pesos. Third, cooperative name shall be in accordance with the prescribed guidelines. Fourth, all reserved names shall be valid in accordance with the period specified in the cooperative name reservation notice. And second, the issuance of certificate of registration, or COR. The prospective cooperative acquires its juridical personality upon issuance of a certificate of registration. Third, the issuance of certificate of amendments. This is being used in case of any amendments in the articles of cooperation and bylaws of the cooperative. Fourth, issuance of certificate of authority. Certificate of authority shall be issued by CDA to cooperatives applying for the establishment of a branch office upon compliance with the requirements. A branch office refers to a business office outside the principal office where cooperative activities and business cooperation are undertaken as per approved cooperative development plan. And five, issuance of letter of authority, or LOA. A letter of authority shall be issued by CDA to cooperatives applying for the establishment of a satellite office upon compliance with the requirements. Satellite office refers to an office established by a cooperative outside of its principal or main office, but within its area of operation to provide limited services to its members, but which does not, however, maintain books of accounts as it is done only by the principal or main office. And sixth, issuance of certificate of recognition. Certificate of recognition shall be issued for the organization of laboratory cooperative for minors, ages below 18 years old by a guardian cooperative. And seven, issuance of certificate of merger or consolidation. This refers to the process where two or more cooperatives become single cooperative, which in the case of merger, there is a surviving cooperative and consolidated cooperative in the case of consolidation. So here, you need also to, this is very important, you need also to register your business at the Bureau of Internal Revenue. So you have the option to visit your local BIR office or go to New Biz Reg portal with its URL https://www.bir.gov.ph/newbizreg/ to register your business. You will be guided with BIR personnel on how to register once you opt to visit their office. However, if you opt to use the New BizReg portal, below are the steps on how to do it. So the new business registration, New BizReg portal is an alternative option in submitting application for registration of business, head office and branch to the Bureau. Taxpayer applicants shall prepare all scanned copy of required documents to be attached and to be submitted via email through this portal to the concerned BIR Revenue District Office, or RDO. How to register a business through new BizReg portal. So step one, prepare all the required documentary requirements in scanned PDF copy not exceeding 4 MB total file size of all attachments per email. So for sole proprietors, professionals, mixed income earners, the requirements are the BIR form number 1901 version January 2018. And for sole proprietors or professionals not regulated by Professional Regulations Commission, any government-issued ID that shows the name, address, and birth date of the applicant in case the ID has no address, any proof of residence or business address. Or in case of the practice of profession regulated by PRC, you need to show the valid PRC ID and government ID showing address or proof of residence or business address. Note that the IDs shall be presented and should be readable, untampered, and contains consistent information with the document submitted upon application. Third, BIR printed receipt or invoice available for sale at the new business registrant counter or final and clear sample of own principal receipts invoices. Sample layout is also available at the new business registrant counter. Note, in case taxpayer applicant will opt to print its own receipt and invoices, taxpayer applicant should choose an accredited printer who will print the receipts and invoices. Fourth, payment of 530 pesos if applicable for the following: 500 pesos registration fee and 30 pesos loose stamps, DST to be affixed to the certificate of registration. Note, if the registration fee of 500 pesos was already paid, the proof of payment shall be submitted. Additional documents if applicable. So if transacting through a representative, you should provide a SPA and any government-issued ID of the authorized representative, the DTI certificate if with business name, and work visa for foreign nationals. Franchise documents are such as certificate of public convenience for common carrier, trust agreement for trusts, death certificate of the deceased for estate under judicial settlement, and certificate of authority if barangay microbusiness enterprises registered identity, and proof of registration or permit to operate BOI/BOI ARMM, TESA, BCDA, TIEZA, TESA, SBMA, etc. That is for single proprietorship. And for corporations, partnerships, the requirements are first, BIR form number 1903 version January 2018. Second, SAC certificate of incorporation or certificate of recording in case of partnership or license to do business in the Philippines in case of foreign corporation. Third is articles of incorporation or articles of partnerships. And fourth, BIR printed receipt and invoice available for sale at the new business register counter or final and clear sample of own principal receipts invoices. Sample layout is also available at the new business register counter. Note, in case taxpayer applicant will opt to print its own receipts or invoices, taxpayer applicant should choose an accredited printer who will print the receipts and invoices. So the payment of 530 pesos if applicable for the following: 500 pesos annual registration fee and 30 pesos loose stamps DST to be affixed on the certificate of registration. If the registration fee of 500 pesos was already paid, the proof of payment, the payment of ARF, is not applicable to non-stock, non-profit organization not engaged in business. And for additional documents needed, if applicable, so first, if transacting through a representative, you need to have a board resolution indicating the purpose and the name of the authorized representative or secretary's certificate. Any government-issued ID of the authorized representative. Second, the franchise documents such as certificate of public convenience for common carrier. Also, you need the franchise agreement. Fourth, memorandum of agreement for joint venture. And fifth, certificate of authority if barangay microbusiness enterprises a registered entity. and proof of registration or permit to operate, such as PUI, BIARMM, TESA, BCDA, TIEZA, TESA, SBMA, etc. So for cooperatives or associations, the requirements are BIR Form number 1903 version January 2018, and BIR print second, the BIR printed receipt or invoice available for sale at the new business registrant counter, or final and clear sample of own principal receipts or invoices. Sample layout is also available at new business registrant counter. Note that in case taxpayer applicant will opt to print its own receipts or invoices, taxpayer applicant should choose an accredited printer who will print the receipts or invoices. So, fourth, a payment of 530 pesos if applicable for the following. So, 500 pesos for annual registration fee and 30 pesos loose stamps to be affixed on the certificate of registration. And note that if the registration fee of 500 pesos was already paid, the proof of payment, the payment of ARF is not applicable to cooperatives duly registered with CDA and non-stock non-profit organization not engaged in business. So the additional documents are needed if applicable, if applicable. So first, if transacting to a representative, need to have a board resolution indicating the purpose and the name of the authorized representative or secretary's certificate. And second, the government issued ID of the authorized representative. And for cooperative, Cooperative Development Authority Certificate of Registration. And second, Articles of Cooperation. Third, for Homeowners Association, first, the Certificate of Registration issued by the Housing and Land Use Regulatory Board, or HLURB. And second, Articles of Association. And fourth, for labor organization or association or group of union or workers, first, the requirement is a certificate of registration issued by the Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE, and second, the constitution and bylaws of the applicant union. So, for the registration of branch for individual, first, you need to fill up the BIR Form 1901 version January 2018. And for non-individual, you need the BIR Form 1903 version January 2018. Also, the BIR printed receipt or invoice available also for sale, new business registrant counter, or final and clear sample of own principal receipts and invoices. Note that in case taxpayer applicant will opt to print its own receipts and invoices, taxpayer applicant should choose an accredited printer who will print the receipts and invoices. And also the payment of 530 pesos if applicable for the following. 500 pesos for annual registration fee and 30 pesos loose stamps to be affixed on the certificate of registration. So if the registration fee of 500 pesos was already paid, the proof of payment, the payment of ARF is not applicable for those exempt entities. So for the registration of facility type for individual, you need to fill up the BIR Form number 1901 version January 2018. And for non-individual, BIR Form 1903 version January 2018. So additional documents for branch facility, if applicable, is first, if transacting through a representative. For individual, you need a special power of attorney for SPA. Second, any government-issued ID of the authorized representative. And for non-individual, you need the board resolution indicating the purpose and the name of the authorized representative or the secretary's certificate, or and any government issued ID of the authorized representative. The second, the DTI certificate or SEC registration certificate if with the business name for branch only. Third, the articles of incorporation, partnership, if in line of business, is different from the head office. for branch only. And franchise documents such as certificate of public convenience for common carrier for branch only. Franchise agreement for branch only. Memorandum of agreement for joint venture for branch only. Certificate of authority if barangay microbusiness enterprises registered entity for branch only, and proof of registration or permit to operate BOI, ARMM, PEZA, BCDA, TEZA, SBMA, etc. for branch only. So once you have all the requirements you can now have, or you can go to step 2. So step 2, determine filing and payment obligations. Download and answer the tax type questionnaire in order for us to determine your applicable tax liabilities. So scan the accomplished tax type questionnaire and include as attachment to your email application. Then step 3, pay the 500 pesos registration fee and 30 pesos loose documentary stamp tax or DST. Taxpayer applicant with existing taxpayer identification number may pay the 500 pesos registration fee and 30 loose DST online through the following payment channels of the BIR. Taxpayer applicant without existing TIN shall wait for an email instruction on when to pay or may pay the 500 peso registration fee and 30 pesos loose DST at the new business registrant counter at the Revenue District Office upon pickup of certificate of registration. So, step 4, you have to attach all required documents in the email and submit to the email address of the concerned RDO. Where to submit? Enter your business address or residence address in case of professionals with no physical business address below to determine the email of the RDO where the application shall be submitted. Fill out the following fields and click the email your application button when you are ready to submit. So here, there's a drop-down list provided for province, for the city or municipality, for the barangay and business type. And you have to input also your full name of applicant, the last name, the first name, and the middle name, if individual. And you have to put the registered name for corporation and non-individual. So once done, so just click on the button, email your application. So if clicking the email your application does not open the email program of your personal computer, send your application to the above email address. So for large taxpayers applying for a branch, another button will be provided for you in the actual registration in the BIR website. You will receive an email acknowledgement of the receipt of your application form official email address of the concerned Revenue District Office or RDO. Your application shall be processed manually within 3 working days from the date of email acknowledgement receipt of complete documentary requirements. So lastly, for step 5, receive an email for the scheduled pickup of certificate of registration and buying of BIR printed receipts or invoices, or authority to print if applicable. Once your business name is already approved, either through DTI, SEC, or CDA, and have received all their certificates of registration and permits, from the BIR and all the other agencies I mentioned a while ago, then you are now ready to start your business. Thank you, and that's all.